Herbal medicine is the oldest form of healthcare known to mankind. Herbs have been used by all cultures throughout history. It was an integral part of the development of modern civilization. Primitive man observed and appreciated the great diversity of plants available to him. The plants provided food, clothing, shelter, and medicine. Most of the medicinal use of plants seem to have been developed through observations of wild animals and by trial and error. As time went on, each tribe added the medicinal power of herbs in their area to its knowledge base. In Africa, traditional African medicine is a holistic discipline.
Herbal medicine is a revolution in the country and in the health service as a whole.
The search for alternative medicine to complement the orthodox medicine in Nigeria has been on for a while. More so, Nigeria is blessed with all kinds of herbs across the length and breadth of this country. And since the evolution of man, people have been falling sick and remedies found. But today, traditional herbal medicine has made giant strides in our society with the revelation of Chief Ben Amodu. This man may not be the world's Ben Carson, whose ingenuity and doggedness provided respite for complicated brain problems. But from the quiet abode of Abeji Koloife, the ancestral home of the Igalas, comes a man whose equal strides with other world's greatest has provided and still given reference in doggedness, leadership and excellence.
I am pharmacist barrister Benjamin Amodu. I'm a Deputy Director, Capital Procurement, Federal Ministry of Health, Abuja. I come from a little village called Abajikolo in the present Obala local government of Kogi State. I grew up there doing my primary school, which I ended up in NA Primary School, Ayangba. From there I proceeded to Sememe Secondary School as the first set of the school. We were interested in science to the extent that I was using my mother's stove to do science experiments in our school, being a community school, linked up with the famous Ochaja Secondary School, where I did my O-levels and passed with credit in all subjects.
With his unquenchable thirst for experience, he is today an authority in the pharmaceutical, legal, and administrative world, as he combines all this with natural intelligence to carve a niche for himself in the circle of nation building, as he has created job opportunities for many. Chief Ben Amodu, a graduate of the prestigious Ahmadu Bello University Zaria, where he bagged a Bachelor of Science in Pharmacy in 1980 and proceeded to the University of Lagos Business School in 1989, capping it with a degree in law in 2002 from the University of Abuja, and is currently the Acting Director of Procurement, Federal Ministry of Health.
I went to Ahmadu Bello University School of Basic Studies. There I read science and I passed, and by 1979, 76-77, we entered the ABU School of Pharmacy, where I graduated BSc in Industrial Pharmacy in 1979-80 session. Thereafter, I was employed at the federal level, worked briefly at the Post Authority. I was posted to State House Clinic in Lagos. That's the President's Clinic, where I worked for several years in Dodam Barracks as the head of the pharmacy department. While there, I studied part-time Masters in Business Administration, which I got in 1988. Thereafter, I also studied and got LLB in law, and I was called to bar in 2002, and I chartered in alternative dispute resolution as a lawyer.
The versatile pharmacist has achieved great number of strides in pharmaceutical research and development. He is an enigma going by the landmark achievement in undertaking research on Igala herbal management of HIV/AIDS, sickle cell disease, ulcer, tuberculosis, malaria, and other ailments, and a herbal treatment from food for lowering BP, which has powerful libido-enhancing effect, and a powerful multi-herbal preparation for managing diabetes. Thanks to the triple power supplement of Alamin herbal products, known as dabs, sabs, and herbs.
While I was working in State House Clinic, HIV/AIDS broke out in 1981-82, and I was in charge of the hospital. There was this drug they call AZT, and according to my pharmacy profession, when we took oath, we were told not to dispense any drug that has side effects so much more than the useful effect. and I found AZT as one of them. So I, as the head of the place, I was not interested. I was not actually dispensing it because of my curiosity about its side effects. As God will have it, I bumped into a German work who says combination of certain herbs can actually treat HIV/AIDS. And I took it like this from then and started developing the local ones we have here, testing them as I move on in life, until when I was set to go to a lab in Lagos. Basically, they told me there are 4 tests to do, and they subjected it to test. Does this material I have anti-inflammatory, antipyretic properties? They compared it with diclofenac. Diclofenac is a very strong pain relieving drug. After that, they said it must have a serious antibiotic effect. They compared it with ciproxine, which is a very strong antibiotic. My product came out passing it. The next stage is it must have a strong antidiarrheal effect, which they use the ileum of a pig to cause diarrhea and apply my product. My product stopped it. The final stage is that it must have the ability to reduce the viral load, because viral load, if you are infected with HIV, usually your viral load will be high. So anything that will have effect on HIV must be able to reduce the viral load and increase the immunity of the system. This was done in a rabbit test. 2 sets of rabbit were gotten. One was subjected to, well, the 2 of them, HIV was created. Then they used AZT in one group. They used my concoction in another group. At the required time, they now killed them, subjected them to further tests to determine how much has the viral load reduced. In the one with AZT, it shows some reduction. In my own, it shows significant reduction. Not only that, the immunity system were checked. The one with HIV, with AZT, had little improvement on the immunity, but mine showed significant improvement in the immunity of the animal. So it is from there now they came out to say that my product has a significant effect on HIV/AIDS. I was not done with it still. When we were asked to come down to Abuja, I still took this material to NIPRID, the Institute of Pharmaceutical Development, which you are aware is number 1 herbal something in the whole of West Africa, and indeed in Africa. So I went with this claim. They underwent the same 4 stages, and the result came out well, perfect.
How potent Alamin supplements are to various treatment measures this product has witnessed over time cannot be overemphasized. In a one-on-one chat during the program Panorama on the NTA, Chief Ben Amadou gives details on the Alamin discovery and how effective it has been over time.
What is the active ingredients of these herbal drugs?
As for active ingredients, they are majorly made up of phytochemicals, vitamins.
What do you mean by phytochemicals?
Phytochemicals are certain chemicals that you find in plant kingdom that brings out certain chemical reactions that leads to the wellness of the victim or whoever that uses it. There are also minerals like calcium, phosphorus, magnesium, and so on, which are very, very powerful. If you have high potassium, you are not likely to have BP. Another one is trace elements like selenium, zinc, and whatever. Then also we have resins and essence. We also have glycosides. We also have tannins and saponins. These are the different group of materials that are gotten from different plants that we've been able to carefully combine them to elicit various chemical reactions.
And these plants in Nigeria, these are plants you can find in Nigerian forests.
We have too much of it.
We want to know the response of people who are on your drugs. And again, what is the percentage of Nigerians, would you say, are using herbal medicine?
Yes, I will first of all answer your cancer question. I have 11 recipes to my credit right now being analyzed at IDU, the National Institute of Pharmaceutical Research Study, where a group of professionals have been set up to do some animal experiments. And so far, a number of them have passed critical tests. What I mean, strong anti-inflammatory of these chemical substances which are from organic source, nervous system effects, stability, sort of. And right now they are on animal experiment whereby rats are induced with various chemicals to create a semblance of prostate cancer, breast cancer, cervical cancer, and my products, 11 of them, are being used on these cancers to see the level of their ability to suppress them right now. As for the use of herbal products for Africa, as documented by WHO, 80%. I can foresee a situation of about 5-6 of my products passing the cancer test. I can foresee Nigeria becoming a tourist hub, a tourist kind of hub for herbal treatment in the whole of Africa and indeed in the world.
Confirmation of the efficacy of the Alamin supplements abound and too numerous to mention, as evidence have shown its ability in the management of sickle cell disease, HIV/AIDS, diabetes, among others. But most interesting is the case of Salima Turaji, a 10-year-old primary 4 pupil in Abuja, and is a sickle cell patient who had been using conventional drugs since she was diagnosed of sickle cell when she was 6 years old, and has received blood transfusion 3 times between 2001 and 2007. During the period, she was more regular in the hospital than in the school. However, Salima too have started enjoying a new lease of life since 2008. And her 40-year-old mother says it is due to the Alamin Sabs herbal supplement.
In a year, we can visit hospital almost 12 times. There's improvement. We are no more visiting hospital as before, and she's no more, a lot of the changes that I have is that the crisis is not much like that.
I would like to continue using the drugs.
Also, this 40-year-old lady who is being interviewed tested positive to HIV in 2003 and was placed on conventional drugs. The lady who holds a diploma certificate in accountancy said she lost her job on account of her health status, as she was absent from work most of the time. However, the news here is that herbal supplement. Other beneficiaries of the efficacious wonders of the Alamin Sabs, Dabs and Herbs herbal supplement commented.
My problem are very great. They are in 3 triples. 1, I have a BP. Secondly, I have a diabetes, and even one leg always be paining me, hurting me like nails enter into my body. Then all part of my body will be very hot. And so medicine, I'm tired of medicine. All the time I go, they will give me medicine, but my mind said I should go for local one, because if I go for test, the same thing, and I will not sleep. So the doctor found describe a person for me that I should trace him, that if I can use that medicine, it will help, and test it and see. That's why I come here.
The giant stride this noble son of the soil has achieved in pharmaceutical research has been clinically certified by the Nigerian Pharmaceutical Research and Development, as all Alamin herbal products went through safety and stability tests, which was subsequently sent to the headquarters of NAFDAC, and the issuance of its registration number subsequently was a pointer to the fact that Alamin herbal products have met all necessary stability and safety conditions.
In my department, I happen to be in charge of the stability unit, and I'm aware that some of the products from that company came for stability profiling, and we did them, and we submitted the results. I submitted the results to my director, and my director gave out the result to the director of Alamin Chemicals. And Alamin called us to tell us he was happy with us, that because NAFDAC carried out their own investigations based on the report we gave him, and enlisted them and gave them registration numbers. And I don't think NAFDAC will approve anybody's medicine for consumption if they didn't do their own homework. And in terms of safety, which you were asking to, my department is not responsible for that. The Department of Pharmacology and Toxicology is responsible for that. I also know, because we have a team that work on all of this, I also know that safety studies were done in that department and reports were given to Alamin. I'm sure that that company have reports from this institute to show that those products which they submitted to us are safe for human consumption. I'm also sure that they have the reports that those products which they submitted to us are highly stable and therefore can go to market for consumption, which was what NAFDAC proved.
We have assessed these products for safety. They are made from natural products, plant materials, botanical supplements, they can be called. And then we used mammals which share a lot of similarities, physiological and pharmacological similarities with humans for the assessment. We used the rats and we used the mice for the studies that we did for Alamin Chemicals Nigeria Limited. And for these 6 preparations that they brought, we found out they are acutely safe for use in humans. And we also made to know that these are natural products, that's plant medicines that have been used in Nigerian communities for a very long time.
Records have it that the Asians are the strongest and long-lasting species of humans in the globe, and this is largely attributed to their acceptance of herbal drugs as an alternative medicine. Remember, a healthy nation, they say, is a wealthy nation. Why don't we take advantage of the new lease of hope of achieving great health by identifying with Alamin sabs, dabs, herbs, herbal supplement? As we call on all individuals, philanthropists, corporate bodies, the government, and well-meaning Nigerians to join hands in sustaining this great discovery of one of our